people rely on their smartphones more than ever before for everything from work to organising their social lives. But society's ever-increasing addiction to our devices throws up many unexpected challenges, as Australian filmmaker Alex Lykos discovered when he disconnected for 30 days and documented it in a new film. And Alex joins us now. G'day, Alex.
G'day, thank you for having me.
You're a very, very, very brave man. What triggered you to do this?
Well, it was a couple of things. Like most people, I was very consumed by my phone, and I could find myself, scrolling mindlessly through social media, and you fall into that rabbit hole where, you can spend 2 hours doing it and then you feel worse after it.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt, right? You start comparing yourself to someone who's gone on a trip to Hawaii or whatever the case may be.
It's just the wasted time as well.
I know.
When you've got a to-do list that's very long.
That's right. So I just realised, I needed a circuit breaker, and I thought this was a novel way that I could do that.
So you quite literally locked your devices away in the family safe. What did you miss most, first up, from not having a smartphone or, for that matter, any device?
Look, initially, right, it was, it's how I get my news, right? I wake up in the morning, scroll through your news feed.
While watching News Breakfast, you double screen, clearly.
Well,
that's
it's
fine.
funny you say that because now, for the last year and a half, well, just so you know, I feel a bit nervous because we wake up with ABC News Breakfast. Our family does. We've been doing it for years.
Thank you, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely. So, to me...
Sounds like a slogan, actually. We wake up with News Breakfast.
News Breakfast. We do. So I know the family's watching at home. But yeah, so now we just do that. That's how we get our news. We've made these small amendments whereby, so I've taken all the apps off my phone since I did the experiment, right? So I still have social media. However, it's on my laptop screen when I'm at home, maybe 15 minutes in the morning and maybe 15 minutes at night.
But I do all my banking now on my phone. I pay bills and I feel like that speeds things up. So what happened for you on those things?
Well, it's funny you say that because I was meant to pay the crew and, you get the security code, right? It comes to your phone. Well, my phone's in a safe.
It's away. Gee, you would have had a grumpy crew.
Well, grumpy crew, and a couple of them, it's the first time I'd worked with them. I'm thinking, my gosh, they're going to think I'm some dodgy character who doesn't pay the crew, right? So,
But it was old school in many respects, including the use of an old school telephone.
Yes,
right,
that's
which
right.
I saw you do, and Gregory's street map, printed street map here in Melbourne. But all jokes aside, you actually by day 15, day 20, you found it really, really tough, right?
Yeah. The most difficult component was not social media; it was the communication.
Yep.
Right. I felt very isolated. I felt very lonely, and of course, everyone around me was very frustrated. In particular, my family, right? My father gets a bill, anything that says money, he's going to call me up. You need to explain, do I have to pay? Do I have to pay? No, you don't have to pay, it's okay, right? So he needs me at every minute, right? And that felt very isolating and very lonely, and of course, there's a bit of a turning point in the film.
Yes.
Right, so...
not giving too much away.
Yeah.
The other thing I love about the film is when you reveal how many times per night you get up to go to the toilet, and that you always used to look at your phone and also sitting there on the toilet, and then you ask the audience to put their hand up. And I would love to be in a theatre and watch whether people actually do that.
Well, we premiered at Enmore Theatre in Sydney, right? There was 900 people in the room, and it was fantastic. It was a communal experience, right? You got everyone racing, looking around. Right? Who else does it? Of course, mostly the men.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, fair cop.
Yeah, right. So, look, that's what we tried to do. We tried to make it a bit interactive, to make it engaging for the audience. They can go, look, have a good time, have a bit of a laugh.
And again, without giving too much away, it's interactive as well. There are intervals during the doco where viewers are encouraged to bring out their smartphones.
Yeah, absolutely. We're like, you know what, you're going to be using it anyway.
Yeah,
so
I think it worked really, really well.
Thank you, thank you.
So life's a bit easier in the digital space for you after this month-long circuit breaker?
Look, I've been doing it now for almost a year, whereby I don't look at my social media throughout the day, and I found for me, in terms of my, small changes to my mental health, it's a bit better for me, right? And I'm not here to preach to anyone how they should interact with their social media, but for me it works, and I feel a bit better balanced in how I go about my social media use. So yeah, for me it works.
Alex, so good to talk to you about this. I'm sure you're going to give so many people food for thought. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me. Much appreciated.
Opens at select cinemas today.
Yes, today it opens in select cinemas. Please go out and see it. Some of the times are difficult, but please try and go and
it up.
see it, and hopefully we can instigate some discussion.
Yeah,
And hello to the family at home.
Yeah.